So we're going to get straight to the topic today. How to find self-love when you hate your body. And I've been there. I know how that feels, and I want you to know that there is a road out of feeling that way about your body. And self-love is for sure the process. That's why I do what I do, and that's what got me out of that space. So the first tip or topic that I want to share with you is this. How you speak to yourself matters. So consider the language that you use with yourself on a day-to-day basis. Like whether it's your physical body and what you see when you look in the mirror or at photos, or just when you're walking to work. How do you speak to yourself? Do you feel like when you look in the mirror that inner mean girl voice comes out and criticizes and judges you and paints a picture of you where you're not good enough because of the way you look? The first thing I recommend doing if you feel that way is to use different language. So start using words that allow you to feel loved, allow you to feel nourished, allow you to feel nurtured. And how would you speak to yourself if you were your best friend, which you should be your own best friend. But if your best friend started saying those kinds of things in front of you, how would you respond? And of course we want to be honest with ourselves, but you can be honest and loving at the same time. I used to look in the mirror and hold on to, the rolls on my sides or wherever, and I would be like, I hate this. I'm laughing now because it seems ridiculous to me now, but it wasn't then. And now I hold my body and I say, wow, I love you. You are so freaking powerful. You are so strong. You are so magical. And I love you so much. And you can start doing the same thing, and it's pretty simple. And really the only trick to it is remembering to do it when you have those negative thoughts come up. And once you start to do that, it becomes a practice and it becomes easier and easier, and then you just have those thoughts automatically coming in. So it starts with the way that you speak to yourself. Okay, tip number 2. I want you to right now ask yourself, what do I value about myself? And come up with 3 things. So when I was first asked this, it made me really uncomfortable because I didn't want to come across as conceited or full of myself or whatever. But I moved past that. And I realized that I valued, my empathy, and I value my ability to connect with people, and I value my motivation to follow my dreams. I mean, these things sound pretty cheesy, but they're real, and I want you to come up with the things that you value about yourself. And it can't even be physical things. It could be that you value your smile. It could be that you value your strength when you are going to the gym, whatever it is. Come up with 3 things that you value about yourself. And so what this essentially does is it starts to change that language, right? Going back to tip number 1, we're changing the language on ourselves so that we become clearer on how we actually feel about ourselves other than society's judgments. Okay, tip number 3. I want you to create a self-love checklist. So I talk about this a lot because it's what I use and what really got me out of that body shame spiral. And so if you are somebody who struggles with maintaining a healthy lifestyle or prioritizing self-care, and that is part of the reason why you are struggling with your body, then this is going to be life-changing for you. And so I don't recommend having a checklist of I'm going to eat 1,500 calories a day and I'm going to work out 2 hours a day. Not at all. I want your checklist to be flexible so that it can flow through your life with you. I want your checklist to prioritize your emotional and mental health and spiritual health as well as your physical health. And so I actually created and shared my personal checklist. So you can download it at love.theselflovelifestyle.com/checklist. I'll share it right here so that you can see it. So that's love.theselflovelifestyle.com. Oh my gosh, typing while live is a whole thing. All right. /checklist. You can also, if you don't feel like copying that or writing it down, just send me a DM and I will share the checklist with you. And what it is it's very simple tips, and there's even a part of the checklist, if you've downloaded it before, this will actually be an updated version for you, that you can print out and like keep at your desk or by your bedside table, so that you can look at it, in the morning and be like, oh, right, meditation is on my checklist today, and even if it's 2 minutes, I'm gonna do it. And I want you to remember that progress is important. We don't need to be perfect at all. We're perfectly imperfect. That's the magic of being human. So to recap, how you speak to yourself matters. Hey, Linda, we're actually just recapping here. So how you speak to yourself matters. I want you to come up with an affirmation for yourself to help counterbalance any negative body talk. So an affirmation in 3 simple steps. This is my formula. Come up with how you want to feel. So I want to feel confident. I want to feel grounded. I want to feel connected. I want to feel beautiful, whatever it is. Put an I am in front of it. I am grounded. I am connected. I am beautiful, whatever your affirmation desire is. And then I just want you to repeat it to yourself. So every time you have that negative thought come into your mind, immediately turn to your affirmation. I am grounded, I am whatever it is for you. And that's going to really just rewire the way your brain works. It's going to change the language that you use with yourself every single day, so that as you move through your life, you have this sense of self-worth. And it starts with your thoughts, because thoughts become actions. So you speak to yourself with loving words, use your affirmation. This is like the first thing I have my clients do who are in my signature program. These women sign up for the program because they want to totally revolutionize their relationships to their body and food. And the first thing I have them do is create an affirmation. It's so freaking powerful. It's like, I know it sounds simple, but it changed my life. And I continue to use the affirmation that I created for myself at 17 years old, when I decided to no longer let hating my body rule my life. And then the second tip is, I want you to come up with things that you value about yourself that are non-physical. So come up with 3 things right now, even if it makes you uncomfortable. I don't care. I want you to freaking do it. Write it down. 3 things you value about yourself. And I just want you to take that in. You are so valuable. You have so much to offer. You are so worthy. And I want you to hold on to that, because that is going to start to bring you into that place of self-love, even if you don't love your body yet. You have to start by just practicing self-love. It's a practice. It's not a destination. And self-love is a practice that becomes easier and more magical the more that you do it. And then the third tip is to create a self-love checklist. And this is what got me through all of my years and all of my transformations, and I return to it time and time again. And if you want to download my personal checklist, you can go to love.theselflovelifestyle.com/checklist, or just shoot me a DM right now and I will send you the link. And it's my personal checklist. I use it every day. It's flexible, it's customizable, and I really recommend just getting into the habit of knowing your priorities. Knowing, okay, I do want to prioritize self-care. What does that look like for me? On a personal level, it's not just eating vegetables and working out. It's making sure I'm nourishing my body and my soul. It's making sure that I'm cultivating a balance between my work and my life, even though they very much intersect. a lot of the time. It's making sure that I am spending time with the ones that I love and prioritizing my relationship with my husband. It's making sure that I spend enough time in nature. And these are specific to me, so I want you to come up with ones that are specific to you, which I help you do in that checklist that I created. So love.theselflovelifestyle.com/checklist. Definitely check it out. Send me a DM if you want that link. So I think that is all I'm going to leave you with today. If I have any final word, I do have final words for you about starting your self-love journey if you hate your body. You are perfectly imperfect. You are so much more beautiful than you know. The way that you see yourself, hey girl, hey Jenny, we're just wrapping up here, but you'll be able to watch the replay. But I want you to know that you are worthy of loving yourself. I actually had a client who finished her program earlier today. If she was here, I would congratulate her, but she finished her 12-session signature program today. She was like, I mean, honestly, it's my favorite thing when I have clients who finish the program because they're like, I did not know I could ever feel this way about my body. I did not know it was possible. Even when I signed up for the program, she said, even when I signed up for the program, I thought like, well, maybe that's for other people. Maybe that's for other people to actually love themselves, but I'm never going to be that person. And then today she's like, I can tell you that I love myself and I love my body and I have a healthy relationship with food and like I'm not perfect, but I have hope and I will continue to work on myself. And that is so gratifying. And what was my point? My point, progress, not perfection, is a mantra that she uses. Does anybody remember what my point was? Anyway, she finished the program and she believed that she wasn't somebody who would love herself, and now she does. Maybe that was my point. That it's possible for you. If you hate your body, I promise you there is a road out, and it starts with self-love. And I'm here for you because I've been there, and now I dedicate my life to helping women love themselves more, because I believe our world would be a better place if women spent half that amount of time that they spend obsessing and hating their bodies and instead focus that time on living their best lives. When your cup is full, you have so much more to give to other people. And it doesn't necessarily mean like donating your time, though I think that's a wonderful thing to do, or donating your resources. I think that's a wonderful thing to do as well, but it's an energetic thing. It's like in your relationships, when your cup is full, you can give so much more to the people that you love. When your cup is full, you can walk around and hold space for people. Your friendships, you can hold space for people who need you, who need your emotional support, and you just become so much more in tune with your body and all that's around you. So it starts with how you talk to yourself. It starts with what you value about yourself, and I want you to consider making that checklist. So love.theselflovelifestyle.com/checklist, totally free. Just my gift to you to help you love yourself more. So send me a DM if you have any questions. If you have any remaining questions now, feel free to pop them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. Anything about body image, nutrition, anything about yoga or self-love. All right. Well, if you have no questions, that's okay. But if you have questions, feel free to shoot me a DM, and I will respond to you. I respond to every single one of my DMs. Pretty fun. I love my Instagram community here at the SelfLove Lifestyle. You guys are awesome. And I hope you get that checklist, and feel free to reach out anytime. All right, loves. Mwah, mwah. Sending you all my love and wishing you a wonderful rest of your day. All right, bye, babes.